What's up?
What up? What up?
That's a big one.
What you munching on over there?
A piece of homemade pizza from last night.
Oh, nice.
Cooked it. I said pepperoni. Cooked it on the grill.
Oh, interesting. What's that like?
Turned out pretty delicious. Yeah, nice little crisp to it. Turned out really well.
It's like
What'd you do?
Someone like jizzed on the side of my mic or something. It's like something sticky all over the arm.
I wonder who that could be.
God. Wasn't me.
Oh, boy.
I swear to God.
God, I'm horny.
Oh boy.
But you ready to talk about some Last of Us? Episode 7, Left Behind, I believe, is what it's all called?
Yeah.
Yeah, bitch.
Yeah, bitch.
Yeah, bitch. Yeah.
Before I forget, I just want to applaud Bella Ramsey for her acting in this episode. I mean, they were both great, but her screaming when she gets bit and just her reaction, like, no, and she's like rubbing it and all that shit. That was a fucking brutal and great scene. I want to applaud her for that. That was an awesome scene. I love that. I think she's doing a great job as Ellie, and I'm scared for what she's gonna have to do in the future.
Yeah, I saw your tweet that you were like, I'm not ready for this episode, and I almost said I am because this episode was fine, but in reality, I was just like, I don't really give a fuck what happened in the past. Like,
whoa,
it was cool
you don't give a fuck about her past?
It's not that. It's just I'm saying like
you.
it was just like we all knew that she got bit at some point. I mean, I guess it's kind of cool that we see how it all went down or whatever.
You'll probably like the game more then, because in the game, this part isn't in it. This is DLC in the game, basically the entire thing, which it's a little different. In the game, you do get a little more Joel, and like she's like helping him. She duct tapes him, kind of like she sews him in this and whatnot. But she's like trying to go find him a first aid, and she's going through the mall, and she climbs up into like a helicopter that crashed into the mall and stuff. So there's a little more. Well, that's just the present day part, and then the flashback parts of the DLC is all her and Riley. So, but in the video game, it just goes to her taking care of Joel, and it's all the next episode is what the game goes to after that scene of him getting hurt.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, this episode was fine. I thought the acting was great, but like, I don't know, I was just less interested in it. Obviously they open with Joel. He's laying on a bed, breathing heavily, and then
he fucked up.
Well, I mean, he got stabbed in the stomach.
Yeah. Which, by the way, when I was editing our last podcast, I put the footage in there. I saw, so the guy breaks the bat, and then when they're fighting, he just jams it into Joel. So it was a quick bang, and then so you were basically right. You just didn't get to see the angle a little bit.
Yeah, because I'm like, I don't know. I didn't go back and rewatch it, but I was just like in my head, I'm like, he swings, and then like next thing you know, he's got it in his thing, but it's all good, no big deal. But yeah.
But so like, would you consider this episode filler? Because I know a lot of people online. Some are saying it's filler. Some are saying it's like an amazing best episode ever. It seems like it's very mixed.
I would consider it more filler. I mean, I'm not like a TV guru. I'm not a movie guru.
I think you should be a movie guru, though.
Yeah. I'd probably get a lot of hate, but like
there's a fucking ninja.
So, but hey,
I'd call you.
I call him Channing Tate.
Yeah, maybe I should start making 60-second TikToks about episodes, and then
you should. I would love like your instant reaction afterwards. That would be great.
Oh, you know what? Maybe I could start doing that, but it's probably a little too late. Maybe we'll do that on the next show we watch.
Okay. Oh, I had a question for you for one of the next things we do. What are your thoughts on the Rocky series? Do you like the Rocky movies? Do you hate them? Do you not care about them? What are your feelings?
I've seen them a long time ago.
Yeah, because I haven't seen them until a couple of years ago. Nick made me watch them. But I was thinking because Creed 3 is coming out, we could watch some Rockies if you like them. If not, we can go a different way. That was just one of my ideas I thought of.
I haven't seen any of the Creeds.
Oh, you haven't seen any of them? I watched Creed 2 last night just because I was feeling Creedish, I guess.
I mean, this means nothing and it doesn't matter at all, but I like Michael B. Jordan. I don't like him with a mustache. I think he looks like a pedophile with a mustache.
You like your panties?
That's just That's just me. I love Michael B. Jordan. I do. I think
That is
he's
not where I
cool.
thought you were going with that.
But I'm just like, God. I mean, I'm sure that all the ladies love it, but I'm like, wow, he looks like straight pedo.
That's funny. No, yeah, I love him. That's one of the reasons I'm like, oh, it's like watching a Rocky movie because I love those,
Yeah.
and then I get one of those with him. It's great.
Yeah.
But I'm excited.
Yeah.
He is directing the next Creed movie, so I'm kind of interested how that's gonna go. See if it's
He's
cool
doing
enough.
like everything right now, like press
Yeah.
wise. Like he everywhere. I saw clips he was at like Barstool. I saw clips he was at like Good Morning America. I'm like, yeah, I'm like, when does it come out? It has to come out soon.
It comes
right?
out, I believe, this week. I think it comes out this Thursday.
Okay.
This
All
Thursday.
right. I was gonna say
Friday.
because I've legitimately seen him everywhere. I'm like, good lord. I'm like, he's on it all the media.
Him and then the other guy in Jonathan Majors. He's like very big right now. He was just the bad guy in Ant-Man and the Wasp. He's been in a bunch of other shit. I even know like in some of the other Creeds, I think Michael B. Jordan like actually got knocked out, and they used his scene of him getting knocked out in the movie and shit like that.
Which is pretty crazy.
Yeah, that's a little gnarly.
It is pretty bad. I mean, that's cool. But like I said, I would consider this more of a filler episode.
I can see. I considered a filler too. I just really enjoyed what was the filler. I really liked her and Riley's story. So like, I agree it's filler. I just really enjoyed it too.
Yeah, I did not like love it. I mean, I didn't love it. I guess I didn't love it, but I didn't hate it. So I mean, it was fine.
I think you are gonna love next week's episode.
Okay.
I think you will really like it. Especially if it ends the way I think it's going to end. If it goes the same way as the game and shit, I think you'll find next episode's really dope. And then I think the finale, depending on how it goes too, I think you'll love that as well. But then we're done. Isn't that fucking such a bummer?
I know. Yeah, it's pretty bummer.
So since we have 2 episodes left, have your theories changed on anything? You know, right now Joel's still currently hurt. He's got stitches in him from Ellie, which that mess, his baseball wound. If that was me, I would have no idea how to stitch that up. That looks so fucked up.
Like, I mean, I would just, I wouldn't know how to do it, but I mean, I would assume it's like closing a hole.
Yeah.
I mean, you start on one side, you go to the other, and you just keep looping. I don't know. Hey, I mean, it would be gnarly, but I mean, shit. And the other thing that I thought was cool, is like when he was like telling her, he's like, just go north.
Oh, he was like, get back to Tommy.
With the tear rolled down his cheek. And I told Abby, she goes, I didn't see it. I go, oh, he definitely had a tear roll down his cheek there. Cause,
he didn't want her to leave, but he's like, well, of course you're going to die if you fucking stay.
Well, she turned around, which I'm glad she did because I'm like, there's no way that we watched all this fucking backstory for her just to fucking leave. I'm like, there's no way.
That's what I really liked about the flashback too, though, is that it was like she didn't want to go through that again, and there was all these hints of what was going to happen anyways. Like they talked about stitches a lot in the beginning with her and all that, and her wounds or her scar and whatnot. And like there's just all these little hints to that eventually she loses her best friend. That's when she finds out she's immune. And then she meets Joel, gets connected to him again. Now she's going to lose him also.
But I mean, do you think they'll get that far where they find out that she's immune going back at all? Or I mean, you think they're just going to leave the backstory where it's at and that's it for now?
I don't know because that's as far as it goes in the game, but I do know the girl that voiced her in the game is going to play her mom in a flashback at some point. So if they're showing her be born, then maybe that will play into it. Because I know she was born into the outbreak shit. So maybe that'll have to deal with Marlene and all that stuff. But yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of curious if they'll go any more into her backstory and what. Like,
so was it in the game where they were like dancing on the countertop with masks?
Yeah, even the same exact. Those were the same exact masks and everything. Yeah,
which that's pretty cool. Because I was wondering because me and Abby were talking about it, and I go, I have no idea. I go,
and the version of the game that I'm gonna let you guys borrow, it has the DLC too. So you could, if you wanted to, cool. After you beat the game, you could play that whole episode basically.
Oh wow,
which is kind of weird.
Yeah, I think she's gonna play it with me, or I mean, I doubt she'll want to, but I mean, honestly, I would love to like have her play, and I would just like sit and watch and help.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool.
I doubt she'll do that because she just hates like the infected parts.
I recommend too. You guys just play on easy. You guys just walk through it. I think it'll be so much more enjoyable for you guys.
Yeah, I wouldn't play it on like insane.
That's funny. You're like, hey, why don't you
know?
play it on the hardest difficulty? She's
No,
like, you can't get past the first level, honey.
Watch me break Jerome's PlayStation 4.
You just FaceTime me. It's on the ground broken with the game broken on top of it. You're like, my bad. I tried the hardest difficulty.
I played it for 3 days on hardest difficulty. I didn't get past the first scene.
I do want to say too, you remember a couple episodes back when I said that like long like sniper scene part was like the hardest part in the game, or like the first hard part in the game.
Yeah.
One of the next hard parts that took me forever is the next episode. And you play as Ellie doing shit.
Okay.
So those are like the two those, and then the finale are like the big things from the first game that I'm like, I can't wait to see how they do that.
So I mean, are we up like right towards the end of the first game?
We're pretty close, yeah.
Okay.
Like, if you were at this part in the game, you would definitely beat it, like, tonight if you're playing it right now.
I got you. Unless you got tired and you were just like...
Yeah, there's like, no, I'll do the last, like, hour and a half tomorrow or something, I guess. I'm done with this.
Yeah, because, I mean, I don't know. It just feels like they're... I mean, I don't know what the playtime on it is or whatever. I mean, I would assume 10 to 15, I think, is what you said last week.
Yeah, something like that, yeah. Here, I can Google it while we're talking.
It just seems like we've ran through it. I mean, I know we've watched 7 episodes. The one episode was an hour and a half. I know they've varied a little bit from what you've said off of the storyline, but not much.
Just it says about 15 hours is the first game.
Okay.
So that's good. I see. I think the big thing they've taken out is all the action scenes that you play in the game. There is a lot more action in the game, but it's because you doing shit and like. They can't constantly be having us do that shit because that's just how they get you along in the game. Right. So I do think almost everything is in here. Everything important from the game has made it in the show, at least so far.
I mean, that's good. I thought it was kind of interesting too that it took the zombie to get to them so long, like in the mall. It seemed like it took forever.
Although he was one of them that was like stuck to the wall, so maybe he's like a little slow and grimy. And it takes him a couple minutes to get up.
Was quick when he got in the store, though.
Yeah, well, you know, when Stella gets her groove back, she gets going.
I'm like, God, this dude is like Usain Bolt running around and shit. I'm like, he was quick. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, what is going on?
But isn't that kind of sad too, though? What woke him up too was them having like such a fun time. Like they were like laughing and giggling and having a good time, and then
they were playing Mortal Kombat.
Yeah. That was cool. In the video game, they play like some other. It's just an arcade game that's made up. I believe it's actually named after what was originally going to be the name of the game and stuff like that. But like it's just a random one. Before the show, they were like, we could go all out.
Well, and that's the thing. The movie that it said that was playing at that mall, it didn't seem like a real movie to me. Do you know?
I think that's from the game too. I don't remember what it said, but I think that's because they do. There's a lot of like movie posters and game posters and stuff in the game all like everywhere.
If it is a real movie, I've never heard of it. Not to, I mean, like I said, I wouldn't be surprised, but I just didn't know if you had caught it or not. So
no, I did. I do remember looking at it and I remember thinking, I think that's in the game, but I don't remember what it said.
Another thing that bothered me is they used the same 2 characters the entire time they played Mortal Kombat. Every time they showed them playing, they were whatever Rowlin and the chick, and I'm like, you don't change it up, like you don't try any new characters.
She's been practicing as that one chick so she could do her little suck out of the bone move.
Yeah, I guess.
Although I did think, to me, I was like, I get you have all these wonders you want to show and all this shit, but like, we have unlimited coins right here. Can't we like enjoy the arcade tonight? And like, we'll just like, I don't know, she's leaving and all that, but like, you'd think like, come on, if I was Ellie, I'd be like, let's play around some more. We did this for like, we played 3 rounds of this, and you showed me this whole arcade.
And I realized that, you know, Riley had been staying there. Making her little bombs or whatever.
Apparently so quietly that zombie didn't wake up either for her.
Yeah.
She was fucking so quiet.
And she was staying there for the 3 weeks that she ran away from the Fedra camp.
Maybe a couple days there were her with Marlene, and then the rest, was there in the mall.
I mean, I feel like you can't be safe enough. And I mean, just going to a mall, like those doors roll down. So I mean, I know that. I think the thing came from the back. It looked like it didn't look like it came through the front door or whatever. But
yeah, I'm not sure. It was kind of all like crazy when I was going down.
Like when I went in there, I would have like pulled the gates and been like,
Yeah.
okay. Like,
Well, that's what they do in fucking
you know what I
Dawn
mean?
of the Dead. They all go to bed. They pull the
Yeah.
shades down, all that shit.
Yeah.
That's it. It kind of this episode was like Dawn of the Dead and Ferris Bueller's Day Off mixed together.
I can see
It's
that.
like they skip school. They're at their instead of like going out and doing all shit, they just go to the mall. It was like a good mix of them both.
Yeah, I can see that.
Ari's just sleeping next to me. I had no idea she was here.
Oh, I got two. I got both of mine over here laying on the bed. They're like, yeah, we're sleeping. We're sleeping.
One thing I did want to bring up too, I learned this from listening to their podcast. I actually bought it while I was listening to their podcast. Is I guess originally before it was DLC, this episode, it was a comic that they wrote, and then he turned it into the DLC, and then now it's the TV show. So I haven't read it yet, but I own the comic now. So maybe next week, if anything is like different, I'll let you know.
Yeah,
but I haven't read it yet. I just bought it this morning.
And I've seen a bunch of stuff online. I'm assuming something bad happens to the horse because I keep seeing shit.
There was Shimmer last week. There's a little tease.
And I was like, oh.
Do you want me to tell you? Because it's probably not going to happen, and it's just like a funny little game thing.
Okay. Well, because like I said, I saw it multiple times, so I'm like, fuck.
In the game, it's your horse. It's your horse for a bit in the game, in the second one, and you're riding with the girl Dina that they teased last week, and you're riding, and it's like a whole good time. And then as you're jumping over a thing, a mine explodes, blows up the horse, and knocks you guys over, and you get kidnapped.
The horse dies, but you don't.
No, yeah, the horse. I think the horse exploding like saved you. Like it's like that horse doesn't blow up everywhere, but like it kills the horse, and like raiders come in and shoot it and shit. But so like them being like, oh, that's Shimmer, you're like, oh, that horse is gonna get fucked up in a couple years.
Gotcha.
But, so it's nothing story wise. It's just like
that
horse is going to die.
I saw it a couple times. I'm like, oh fuck. I'm like, Abby's probably gonna be upset.
I don't know if they'll do that because it's not important, but it would be kind of funny if they killed the horse the same way they did in the video game.
Yeah, I'm pretty interested to see what these last two, where they go and what these people are that they're introducing or whatever, you know.
Have you heard the last episode's only 45 minutes long?
That's insane. Why do they do that?
Yeah, isn't that like it's got we better I'm hoping the 8th episode like ends right into some shit so it just picks up. Because if it doesn't, I feel like there could be no dilly-dallying around in the last episode, you know?
I mean, I don't necessarily think they've disappointed so far.
I have faith in them, and also because it is the guy that made the game making this, but I am also like 45 minutes, like that seems insane.
An hour 25 on the lovers.
Yeah, we have Bill and Frank forever. Can I? Yeah,
I can't think of their names.
I am curious, just like maybe it is just like because theoretically, majority of that ending part is you like doing stuff in the game, like action stuff and whatnot. So if you do take out most of that and just have it be like a quick action scene, I guess it could be for like 45 minutes, but it seems pretty crazy to me.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe it'll be the best 45 minutes we've seen in our fucking lives, and we'll enjoy it forever.
That would be awesome. I mean, do you think it'll be better than the last 45 minutes of Game of Thrones last episode?
God, I hope so. Here, hold on. Let's compare. Let's see how long was the last episode of Game of Thrones.
Yeah, how long was the last episode of Game of Thrones? I would bet it was probably right around normal time, 50 to 60 minutes, I would say.
Damn, there's 73 episodes of the show. That's it. All right, the last episode is called The Iron Throne. Was an hour and 20 minutes long.
Okay.
That is the series finale, but still, an hour. And
but 20. I mean, you know what I mean? Like this 45 minutes, I would assume are going to be better than the last hour 20.
Yeah.
Of that.
What about that episode we couldn't see? It's probably going to be way better than the episode we couldn't see.
Shut up.
This is true. But I mean, you know, if we had new TVs, we would have been able to see it.
That's true.
So,
if we get TVs that come out in the future,
we'll
be able to see that episode.
A good TV, we would have saw it like everyone else. Mm-hmm. So sucks having bad TVs. I hate it. I really hate it.
Was there? Let me see. What did anything else happen in this episode that we haven't talked about? I know it's just them hanging out. They had a fun time in the mall. Then got attacked.
And then
she helped Joel.
I mean, I don't know. Is that in the game? Where they like, do they kiss and all that stuff?
Oh yeah. That's like exactly in the game where they're dancing and she stops. They take the masks off. They make out, and then but then I think in the game there's like a bunch of zombies that come out. It's not just one.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was confused because at first I thought it was multiple, and then I was like, it must have just been one because that's all she stabbed in the head.
Yeah. Oh, I did like. So let's talk about that a little bit. When she stabbed it in the head, she was like fucking like, "Whoa, yeah, I did it!"
I know,
Like
she
I
was
killed that thing, and then she was
amped,
like,
yeah.
"Oh, wait a minute. Oh, we're both bit. Fuck."
Yeah.
But she was pumped up for a minute, or even when the floor fell through the or the body fell through the floor.
Yeah.
That
well,
pumped her up too. She liked that.
I know, and I was trying to figure out what kind of like
blood in her
liquor
penis.
that was. I could.
Yeah,
it didn't show the label enough.
It seemed very generic. Like, oh, we just.
I was like,
also,
fuck?
would
I'm
you
like,
put
I
your
wanna
mouth on that?
see.
That dude died drinking it with pills and all that. Like when they didn't even give it a little scrub on the top or anything, or pour it in a cup.
I mean, they might have. We might have just not shown it.
Maybe
know?
before she put it in the backpack. But yeah.
And why
know.
would they have not taken the pills? I mean, you could sell them or plant them on somebody.
Oh, I thought you meant like why didn't they take them too? Because
no,
I was
I mean,
well,
like,
they'd have
grab
died.
the pills.
That is true. Yeah.
She could have planted them on somebody back at Fedra camp or what, you know what I mean? Like to get them in trouble.
Or even
like,
now,
the
she could have pulled those out of her pocket now and gave them to Joel. She could have had them this whole time.
Yeah.
Maybe those, I mean, I don't know what kind of pills they are, but maybe they'd help him.
I mean, I'm assuming they're pain pills. Probably made him feel pretty good. And then what are the odds that the floor just falls out from underneath the guy?
Yeah. Imagine if that's what ended Ellie. Like, it's like.
She was like, because she was like, this body wasn't here yesterday.
That's true. Yeah. So his weight just in a day did that.
For like, a couple months, the floor would finally give out. But yeah, I mean, I was highly confused. I'm like, what are the odds that the floor would just
That's true.
Can fall off from underneath? The guy just got there.
I didn't even think about that, but yeah, that's a good point. I wonder what made it fall.
He slowly had some like fucking mushrooms growing on his face.
Yeah, because she was like, "Ew, fucking gross,"
like,
and pointing at him and shit.
Yeah. I thought it was interesting. And then they were like doing parkour on the rooftops and stuff.
That was fun. Yeah, I did think it looked a little. This episode, I'd say more than others, you can kind of tell there was a lot of sets.
Yeah.
And the one thing though, I will give them, they saved all their money for the mall because like turning on the lights and all that shit. Majority of the mall was CGI because they only filmed in a one-story mall. So that looked great. I couldn't tell that at all. I thought they were in a real mall.
It did look great, which I enjoy because I mean, there's nothing that I don't want to say there's nothing I dislike more, but I very much dislike when you're watching a show or a movie and you're like, oh god, this is like the CGI is terrible, or like the graphics are like terrible. Like the first few episodes of House of the Dragon, to me, it was just like, oh god, like did they not have a CGI budget?
Oh, that's funny because like the House of Dragon, for me first watching, I was like, wow, this looks fucking great.
But I feel like we talked about it, and I feel like it. Or maybe you.
You know what it was? It was. You're right though. It was the CGI with the dragons. When people were riding the dragons, that was shit.
Yeah. And which, I mean, I don't know how hard that is, but I mean, it's 2023. I mean, it was 2022 at the time.
I mean, they did it pretty good in Game of Thrones. I don't remember thinking it looked that bad in Game of Thrones. I mean, maybe it did.
Yeah, but like I said, it just sucks whenever you're watching. I mean, especially when you're talking like HBO. You know what I mean?
Yeah, or like you're watching Westworld season 3 or something, and you're like, why does this look so shitty?
Yeah, you're like, wow, this looks like Fox fucking did it. Fucking looked like NCIS or something.
Fuck
on
you.
CBS. This looks like Prison Break from Fox.
Hey.
Shut up, bitch.
It's funny. I've been, like I told you, we talked about it last week. I've been rewatching Prison Break and shit. I'm just scrolling through fucking Twitter, and I get an ad from Hulu. Hey, stream Prison Break now on Hulu. And I'm like, what are the fucking chances that I start watching Prison Break, and then now they're like promoting to me, hey, watch more Prison Break.
I mean, what are you gonna do? I don't get those
fuck
ads.
is the
So.
internet?
Oh, you don't get? I get promoted ads like that shit all the time.
No, I don't know. Maybe I don't give them my shit. I don't know. Maybe I turn my mic off or something. I don't know.
Maybe they're out to get me.
Maybe you got a little
you are
FBI agent that's just like, we're gonna, yeah. So did you find out? I know this is off top. Do you have anything else to say about this episode? Because this is off top.
No, I think I'm good. I don't think we need anything else.
Okay. Did you ever find out who the owner of that Hummer was outside of your work the other night?
No, I did not. It was completely empty. I didn't see anybody. I didn't see it pull up, and then I left before.
Okay, I gotcha.
But I walked out and I was like, what the fuck? There's just a white, like, looks like Army Hummer out here, just empty.
Yeah.
So surprising.
Yeah, I just didn't know if you ever saw people get in it or.
And then there was actually the other day I pulled up to work and there was a bunch of police cars that were, so me and Taylor had to go to the other side and all this shit. And they were all after this van with a guy in a wheelchair. And we're like, what the fuck is going on? And I went inside, I clocked in, I put my drinks in the fridge, and when I went back out, all the cops were gone. There was like 7 cop cars they pulling up as we got there, all gone. And then when
Is it close to the house? You obviously don't. I don't need to know where it's
no,
at.
it's like 15 minutes away from the house.
Okay.
But then as I was leaving, that van that they were all around had the back just open, nobody around, and I was like, that's fucking creepy. What the fuck is going on here? And then I've never seen the van again. So I don't know what was going on with that van.
They caught the guy, and then they probably had a tow truck come and get it or something.
Hopefully.
I don't know. Or the guy got out and just took off on his little
it was just
wheelchair.
it was just a wheelchair. I was like, what is going on?
Go get him. I don't know. And then they probably just sent maybe I don't know. Maybe he was innocent and he came back and got it, or I don't know. I don't know. It's crazy.
It was so bizarre. I didn't understand it.
That is pretty bizarre.
I haven't played any Cyberpunk either. I keep trying to remember to go on Cyberpunk and try to turn back on the nudity or whatever to see if I can create my penis. But
I'm sure you can.
I haven't been able to do that.
I know. I haven't played Xbox like hardly at all.
The other day I was gonna ask you if you wanted to play Warzone on the new map because I haven't played it. I figured you haven't either.
Me neither.
And then I forget we ended up doing something. So I was like, oh fuck me, I'll play with him another day.
Yeah. Peyton, my kids came over this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
I watched Peyton play it for like, I don't know, 20 minutes.
Does it look cool? Does it look nice?
I mean, yeah, it looks okay. It's kind of dark. It's like a gloomy kind of map, you know. But I mean, it seems cool. And then like I played him in basketball, and then I played my daughter in basketball. So I beat them both.
Oh, you beat them both. Okay.
Yeah.
I like you said that. Like, I was gonna win no matter what. There's no shot for either of them winning.
It's funny because the very first game I played, because we just pick random teams when we do it, and Peyton was kicking my. He was up by like 20 points. And then I came back and beat him by like 20. So.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah, because I'm going, fuck, dude, because he's never beat me in 2K.
Oh,
so I'm
really?
like, he's gonna fucking actually beat me. I'm like, because he was like killing me.
That's
and I'm
funny.
like, he's actually gonna beat me, and he didn't. So
that's real funny. Okay, I just got our 5-minute warning thing on here. Do you
5 minutes
before we wrap up? I was heading this earlier and I completely forgot. So, what are your predictions? We have 2 episodes left. What are your predictions for the show?
Honestly, I have no idea.
Did you watch the next on at least for next week?
Yeah, I feel like they didn't give you a whole hell of a lot.
Yeah, it's just kind of her in the snow, and then hunters are gonna kind of fuck with her.
Yeah,
kind of the thing.
Yeah. So, see, I'm still torn. Obviously, I don't know if Joel dies. I don't know if he sticks around. I don't want him to die. I mean, I feel like that would be a cliffhanger they would leave. Like, obviously, the people knowing of the game or whatever, they're probably gonna know.
Yeah, I can see that.
But I mean, like, people who didn't play the game, you're like, oh, I don't know.
That's I'm really curious if it's gonna end, like, because there's like a specific way the game ends. I'm so serious. I'm so curious if it's
You're
gonna.
so serious.
I'm so fucking serious if this is gonna end the way I know. I'm really curious how the show's gonna end. Like, if it'll be a cliffhanger, if like how it'll go, or even how they'll do it.
Yeah. I don't know. It always sucks when you're watching a show live and you gotta wait, because it's like, are you fucking kidding me? Like,
I hate it, but I love it at the same time, because then it feels like it's been on for a while. You don't forget about it.
But fuck, by the time that we talk about this all the time, but by the time the next season comes out, it's like, it's almost like, fuck, I need to rewatch that. I don't even remember what the fuck happened.
Yeah,
like, it's fucking been 2 years.
Well, let's hope, because they've built so many sets and all this shit that they've done. And I think because they film in Canada too, it's way, way, way cheaper. That's why they film all the CW shows and shit there too. Let's hope they can get this shit out faster. Have you heard the unfortunate news of House of the Dragon with season 2 and all that? So this is all rumor, so no one knows if it's true or not. But supposedly George R.R. Martin hates what they've written for season 2, threw it all out, and now he's writing season 2. So now it probably won't come out until 2025 potentially.
Oh, I love that news. That's awesome news.
And then you know how we talked about like a couple months ago that Euphoria was supposed to start filming in February?
I saw she renegotiated her deal.
Yeah, it's going to start filming later this year now. And then Angus Cloud, whatever his fucking name is in the show, I can't think.
I
He's
saw he was wanted.
hit and run and all this other shit. So I don't know if we will
Yeah.
get a Euphoria. I mean, at this point, I kind of don't care. It kind of has fallen apart.
I mean, it's fine. It is what it is.
But
yeah, it's
Yeah.
just so disappointing. I would almost a show like I would love for them to like work on a show. I know that this could never happen just because of budget and like they don't know if people are gonna like it. But it would be so cool if they like worked on a show, shot like 3 seasons, like, and then they release it and then like everybody loved it. They're like, they don't tell anyone that they have 3 seasons filmed, and then they just like drop it on fucking,
that would be amazing.
the Sunday night or so. You know what I mean?
That would be amazing.
I know that could never work just for budget reasons alone, and like stuff like that.
Well, someone
but,
like James
I think it'd be
Cameron could
so
pull it off
cool.
if they had like the money and the vision for that, or you could just film like a whole thing. Because like I've even heard him talk about, he's like, "Oh, talk to me in a couple years about doing an Avatar TV show." Like right now, we're not there, but in a couple years, maybe.
Avatar movie?
I didn't. I want to. I just never went and saw it. Did you like the first one?
I did.
I did too. I just for
like
some
that.
reason
Jesus.
never went and saw it.
Seemed very excited. No, I did though. I did.
Yeah,
I
sure
did,
you
I
did.
did enjoy it.
You like your fannies.
I didn't think I would, but we got to be getting close.
Yeah, we got a little bit. We got a couple minutes. We got like 2 minutes.
Okay. All right. Cool. I just didn't want it to cut out completely.
I know it's so annoying when that happens. Let's see. Any last thoughts on The Last of Us or anything else that's happened in your week before we wrap this up?
No. Just been busy working.
How are you still driving around and all that? How you like that?
It's fun. I enjoy it.
You like it? Do you just get to like listen to music or podcasts and shit and roll around?
Yeah.
That's nice. That's kind of fun.
It is fun. It's cool.
Do you have to have like a sticker or something on your car that like says you're from that, or you just show up in your car and that's it?
Yeah, I mean, I just go to wherever I need to go, pick up what I need to pick up, and then I deliver it to where they tell me to go.
Nice.
And then I would say like 90% of the people are just like leave it at my door, and then I just have to take a picture of it, then I put it there on the doorstep, and then I hit complete, and then I get paid.
Wow. So and like when you're waiting,
I would say 90% of the time, I literally don't even talk to anyone, see anyone's face, anything.
Wow, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, it is pretty cool.
Do you just wait at home for someone to request something, or are you mostly like driving around and you get them in between?
I try to just do it when it's very busy, so that like I'm kind of like as soon as I drop it and I hit complete,
you got another
something
one
else
going?
comes in, and it's like boom. Do you want it? Yes. Okay, go get it. Yeah, but if you do it when you're slow, like you might have to go to like a hot spot or like some, a place where it does it
by
busy.
area for you and all that?
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
That's kind of cool. That's neat. That's interesting.
Yeah, it is pretty cool.
Do you have any parting words before we wrap up the Pleeka podcast for these people?
Just tip your delivery drivers, folks. Tip your delivery drivers and your what do they call you?
I'm called a game master.
Yeah, tip your game masters.
I'm a master of games.
Shut up, bitch.
I'm sure you got a little Woody. Did Nick show you a TikTok I sent him?
I don't know.
I'll have to send it. I meant to send it to you because I sent it to him because I sent it to him and I go, I could totally see Jerome saying something like this, and he was like, "Oh, 100%." And then I meant to send it to you, but I forgot.
Oh, that's funny.
I'll send it to you after. And I could totally. It's like a question that somebody asked. Like, I think he's like having a conversation with like someone or a couple people, and then like he asked the question, and I was like, "This is something totally fucking Jerome would fucking ask."
Oh, okay, yeah, you gotta send me that.
Yeah. I don't necessarily think it's appropriate to put on. I mean, maybe it is.
Okay.
But I mean, maybe it's up to you if you could get it in there or not. But yeah.
All right, we'll see.
So.
Well, maybe you'll see a TikTok here or something. Maybe you won't. Yeah. But all right, thanks for watching, everybody. Please like and subscribe. We'll catch you guys next week for the second to last episode of The Last of Us. And then next week we'll have to really start deciding what we're gonna do next. So keep thinking of some good shit. Good shit.
We'll figure that out. Maybe we can put a live poll up too.
Oh, that'd be funny. Yeah, maybe next week look on Twitter for a poll and YouTube a poll. Anywhere you can put a poll.
I was gonna say, can you do polls on YouTube?
Yeah, we can.
Yeah, there you go.
We could do a poll everywhere. I think almost.
Polls at strip clubs.
Yeah, we'll film next week at a strip club while we're doing polls, baby.
Could you imagine? That'd be crazy.
Live from the strip club. That'd be great. Oh my god, that'd be the funniest shit ever.
It would be pretty funny.
All right, peace out, Girl Scouts.
Something you would
Straight
totally
guys got a
fucking like.
job jerking guys off. You get paid $1,000 an hour. You don't think the straight guys would take that job? Straight struggling guys that they would morph and figure out a way. Oh, just over a generation or two. Just a generation or two. If you could make $1,000 an hour beating guys off.
If you could wear an oven mitt while you do it, I would do it.
No.
You could wear an
Warm
oven mitt while
oil
you do
in your
it?
bare skin. That's the only way to jerk guys off. You got to do it quick.
No way, bro. Dude, there's way other ways, man.
That's hilarious. I love that.
That's totally something that you would ask.
So would you do that? Would you do it?
No.